Hey guys, welcome to your daily astrological horoscope for Tuesday, January 23rd. And so this week really is about change, right? That's the name of this week, change. And moving forward with yesterday's intention setting, remember today is the last day of the waxing crescent moon. So finish up setting your intentions for today for what you want your change to be like, so that when the full moon comes around, we could definitely be reaping the things that we have sowed. Let's go ahead and look at what we have for today here on Tuesday. Around nighttime, we're going to be having the moon conjunct Uranus, right? We've seen this aspect a number of times before. And Uranus is still really telling us that we have a lot of self changes to make, right? Aries is the ruler of the first house. It talks about the self. It's definitely about changing a lot of internal, not necessarily internal, but a lot of things relating to the self. Making sure that our self-identity is on point, that we're not self-sabotaging ourselves. We're not placing descriptions on ourselves that are not who we actually are, and that they're just nothing more than the manipulation of negative energies. So making sure that we're still on point with the type of changes that we do want to make. But I mean, even as I say this isn't necessarily the easiest thing, right? And that's why we have this moon Uranus squaring Mercury while conjunct Pluto, right? So for people that have personal planets near these critical degrees where Pluto is, you're going to be going through that moment of almost frustration a little bit. You're gonna be a little bit stressed out, especially if you have more notable placements like your moon, your sun, or even ascendant in this area of somewhere between 16 to 24 degrees in Capricorn. You're going to be hit by that square with the moon and Uranus, and it's going to cause a bit of a struggle to find out what that change is. But once again, look towards Jupiter to be able to help you figure out what it is that you believe, that you want to believe in, that you want to have faith in, that you want to set your optimism to. Find out what type of expectations you have of yourself. Are those expectations true, or are they not? Are you blowing them out of proportion, or are they set properly, right? Because in Scorpio, you have a lot of really intense desires of what these things, how you go about these things. So you want to make sure that you are being balanced with it. Now, unfortunately, this isn't an actual tricolor, so we don't have that that blue in conjunct line that would bring us back to Uranus and the moon. So keep in mind that although this can be difficult because we don't have a way to be able to learn how to go from Jupiter to Uranus moon, keeping the energies of Jupiter with us while trying to transform who we are into a more positive and better person is going to help us at least balance out those energies some. Now, speaking of tricolors, we do have something going on here, and that involves Mars in conjunct with Athena, while Athena is squaring the sun here, right? So this tricolor here is really more about, wanting change within our life, right? The sun is in Aquarius. This is all about setting new changes, new things, sparking new ideas. We've already been going on about this. This is what we're doing. Having that square to Athena over in Taurus is that notion of, well, I know what I would like. I know what the end game is, right? I want a stable family. I want to be happily married. Well, I'm giving an example here, of course, right? Happily married to wife, have 3 kids, a dog, 2 cars, having that luxury life, if you will, right? Having that perfection in our life. But we don't always know how to go about getting there. And that's where the sextile over to Mars is going to really be helping us. If you want this type of lifestyle, if you want this direction in life, this stability in your life, because Athena is in Taurus, the sign of stability, money, luxury, values. If you want all of this in your life, if that's the direction that your moon wants to be able to pursue, or excuse me, not moon, your sun, if your sun wants to be able to pursue and obtain through the changes in Aquarius, you need to put that effort. You need to you need to take that step forward. There are things in your life that you need to do, but you may not be doing them. And this isn't a trine, but this is a sextile, which means that this is something that you consciously and actively need to do. You need to initiate this. That's like you playing a game, right? Let's say you're playing Hearthstone. It says PvP. Do you want to queue up for a match? I don't know. I could be king of games of Hearthstone because, Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff. But anyway, you could be the top player of Hearthstone. But if you don't click that queue button, no one's ever going to know how amazing and great you are. This is all on you. And, it can be a little bit scary. Change can be difficult. Like we just said, this Pluto, Mercury, squaring Uranus and the moon. This change is going to be very difficult for us. We may not know exactly how to get there. This is why we're realigning our optimism and expectations. That's why, Mars here is making a tricolor to Athena, right? Only your actions can achieve the direction you want to go in. But you're going to really need to learn about where you are now and where it is you want to be. Mars in conjunct Athena is okay, this is what I want to pursue in this life. How do I get over there? Especially because these two are opposite signs, Scorpio and Taurus are opposite signs. It just so happens that one's at the beginning of the sign and the other is at the end of the sign. So that's why they're in conjunct. But, these two opposite signs really need to figure out these are my desires. These are the things that I want. But this is what I value and this is what I want to be able to obtain. How do I go from point A to point B? The first thing I do know and realize and have to accept is that none of this will fall into my lap. None of this will come to me. I have to go out there and chase it. I need to go out there and take that step forward. I need to be the one that isn't being held back by limiting beliefs. Which is why Jupiter is sextiling Pluto. And while Pluto is in conjunct Mercury. This is a moment to change the thought process of yourself of limiting beliefs. It is time to do away with them. They are not conducive for you. They are not pushing you forward. They are not helping you. The only thing that will help you right now are your own actions. What are you going to do? Here's a hand. Here's a card. Here's a hand of cards. Show me your plays. Show me your moves, as Captain Falcon would say. How are you going to go about this? Right? It's not like Mars isn't being supported here. We have the support of Chiron. There is a moment of intense healing here. Whatever actions you take towards the direction of life you want to go in, you're going to create healing. You're going to be able to mend the wounds that you've been dealt, that you've been carrying. Jupiter's been here as well the whole entire time. Jupiter's going to amplify the effects of Mars. It has been doing so for the last, almost month or so? And that conjunct is going to break soon because Jupiter's at 20 and Mars is at 28. Mars is getting ready to go to Sagittarius. It is done with its job here. It is coming to the last degrees. Today is at 28. Tomorrow it's still going to be a little bit at 28 as it transitions into 29. By Friday, it's going to pop right into Sagittarius. So between now to Thursday, it's going to be at those critical mastery degrees of 28 and 29. This is it. This is that moment. Mars has realized everything it needed to throughout the Scorpio season it's been in. Mars has realized what is worth pursuing, what it desires to pursue, and how to go about it. And now is that moment to take that refined Martian energy, with what it is that you want to do, which is the sun in Aquarius, and go into the direction that you want as far as being able to find the stable lifestyle that you want for your future, which is Athena and Taurus. Take this tricolor energy, because it's going to be very helpful for you. You know, this is that week of change. I've said it, I've been saying it for a while now, since Monday, and that energy right there is going to be what you want moving forward. May not be the easiest step to take. We have a couple squares, but you can do it. Don't let yourself be held back by limiting beliefs. So, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode of what do we call these things again? Your daily astrological horoscope. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. And I gotta add a little bit of humor in here, because sometimes I feel like these transits are a bit heavy. But you guys, as usual, stay safe, stay positive. If you haven't caught any of the previous episodes, y'all know where to find them. Up there, Mondays is up, and of course, Sun in Aquarius. Check them out if you haven't. Stay safe, stay positive. I'll catch you guys on the next cast. Peace, y'all.